Okay, so in the setting up videos we covered how to actually add parts to your inventory, but there's another way of doing it once you actually start to get parts in there, so that you can do it a lot quicker, and also a way to import mass amounts of parts from Excel quite easily. So if we go into our vendor, so once we've gone through the steps of setting up a vendor, and we just have this one in here, so we'll click into our Beadman, and we go into the Purchases tab. Now we can see that we've got a number of purchases underneath this vendor already. So if we just click on Add a New Purchase, then we get a list of all the parts that we already have in stock in our inventory. So if we've already purchased dark blue beads, for example, and from this vendor, then we can just click on the dark blue beads. You can see it adds a new line along at the top, so you just fill in the price. Let's say that's per pack, number in the pack, how many packs we bought, and the shipping cost. That's it done. So you've actually added in that purchase without having to go through all the part information. So if we just click on the part name here, it'll take us to the details. Okay, and we can see that's the entry that we just made there. So it's just been added straight in. So you didn't have to go through the parts list and find it. You can just add in your purchases from the vendor, so it's a bit quicker and easier. Now there's another way as well where you can actually import your data. So if you have a lot of information that you want to import for one particular vendor, or you've just made a big purchase, you can put it all into Excel and import it directly. So we provided an Excel sheet for you for this, and it looks something like this, and you can download that from the link in the manual and also at the bottom of this video here. So it will be called blank vendor purchases.csv. I've left it at that for the purpose of this video. Obviously when you download it you can rename it, save it as you wish, and these are the headers. So this is the important parts here that you need to explain. So these are the headers that match the fields that you're going to import, and the most important one being is this part manufacturer. It all starts with this. So if you have already made purchases from a vendor and given them a part manufacturer ID, like this one here, then Bead Manager Pro will look to match that to a part manufacturer ID in your inventory. If it finds a match, then it will add this purchase. So these two lines here, for example, it will add those to current parts in your inventory. If they're blank, such as these ones here, then it will create new purchases. Okay, so just a summary. If you have a part manufacturer ID and you've already entered in parts and it finds a match, then it will add these purchases to those parts. If it's blank, then Bead Manager Pro will create a new part entry for anything that's blank. And all these headings here as well, don't be too confused by that. I'll just drag this over so you can see they're all covered in the manual. So this is what you need to enter for each of them. So the part SKU, part category, part description, so on and so forth. So that explains what each of the headings actually is. Okay, so this is one that I've just pre-populated already, so I've just entered in a few purchases, some fake ones. So we'll just get that out of the way for a second. I'll show you. All you have to do is click on the import, and you'll browse for wherever it is, and mine's on the desktop here, so we'll select the blank, sorry, it's not blank, it's actually got details in it, I just haven't renamed it, so we'll choose that one. Now you'll get this option come up, so you can select whether the purchase prices include tax, and then use the tax rate. It will give you the default one from admin, or you can check this box, and it will use the tax rate from within the sheet. So just to show you here, because this is the data that we're going to be importing, we can see here in this sheet there's a tax included flag here. So if that's set to 1, then it'll include the tax, and then it'll have the tax percentage there. But if you've left those blank, you can just use the default numbers from your admin section. So that's all that really means. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to untick that, and I'm going to check this box to use the tax rates that are on the Excel sheet here, or the CSV file. So we'll just click continue, and then you'll get this preview. So in the preview here, we can see all the items that are listed in the CSV file, and what you need to look at here as well is to see if there are any matching parts. If you're expecting matching parts from your item number, then Bead Manager Pro will list them here, so we can see that these ones have found matching parts for bead string and the red beads, so these purchases will actually get added to existing parts within the inventory. If this is blank, then it's going to create new purchases within our inventory. So it's important that you just do a quick review of this before you click the next import button to make sure that what you're importing actually matches what you're expecting to be imported. So double check this, have a look through, make sure that all the info here is correct. If something's not correct, then you can either unselect it and not import that one for now, or you can go back, modify your Excel sheet and just make sure that everything is correct. But just double, triple check this before you actually click on import, just to make sure that it is all correct. Once you're happy with that, make sure that everything's okay, click on import, and it's going to give you this message here, just to make sure that you're absolutely sure about that. We'll say yes. Okay, and then that's it, done. So those purchases have actually been added now straight to the inventory that we've got, and we can see them here.